Hello, and welcome to the Club at Western Hills. I'm your executive chef, Alfonso, and today we're gonna give you a quick lesson on how to carve a pumpkin for October, for Halloween, as easy as possible. Very, very, very simple, okay? First, we're gonna start with the pumpkin. Get a decent sized pumpkin, okay? And that you're happy about. You don't want them too small or too big that you can't carry it, or too small that you cannot show the actual carving of the jack-o'-lantern right on the front, okay? Now, the simplest way that I found is using stencils. So you would go to a computer, type jack-o'-lanterns designs or pumpkin faces and stuff, and you may get something like this. Go ahead and print something like this out. Make sure you don't use a complicated drawing or a complicated design on your first time. Remember, this is the simplest way to do it. This is sort of like the pumpkin carving 101 that you could actually share with your family and make it a good fun time. Once you pick out a stencil like this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some scissors and we're gonna cut the design out. For example, the eyes, just like this, and the actual mouth, all right? Once you have the design that you like. And we're gonna put a little bit of tape in the back, all right? So it'll help us with how it's gonna stay and look until we go ahead and stencil it out before we actually do all the cutting to remove the actual pumpkin, okay? First of all, we're gonna start with the actual top and the removal of the actual pumpkin seeds in the inside, okay? We don't need a stencil for that. Just a quick knife will do the trick, okay? Very carefully, okay? We're gonna cut a hole in an angle, okay? And it's okay if you wanna turn it as well. That's perfectly fine. Okay, just like so. All right, and end up right where you started. Knife goes right out, and the pumpkin should come right out. It's hollow on the inside, okay? We're gonna have a bowl right here, and we're gonna start taking away the pulp and the pumpkin seeds. And by all means, do not throw away the pumpkin seeds. You can wash them off, season them, and you can actually bake them, and they're a great snack. So don't throw those out as well. Save all of that. We're gonna use a large spoon, okay? And we're gonna start scraping the inside of the pumpkin. Always clean as you go. And we'll take care of the final scraping on the inside. All right, and now that you have your stencil already taken care of, all right, we're gonna get a towel and we wanna dry our hands because now we're gonna use paper, okay? And you wanna dry completely out the face that you're gonna work with, because we're gonna use the tape to attach the stencils that we cut out, okay? So now, okay, this is the actual best part of the pumpkin actually, on my end. And you're gonna obviously print two. You're gonna print one and you can keep that on the side as the final look of it. And then we're gonna cut the actual pieces out, just like so. That way you have them like this. We'll attach pieces of tape right on the back and we can start making the look of the pumpkin, okay? All right. take the little things like that. We can put a tape over it. That's okay. All right, do the same thing with the next one. Okay. And again, this is not the final product. Now you take this and you want to step back just a little bit. Okay, now you want to start seeing if everything aligns and looks perfect. Symmetry is important. Okay, and if you're happy with the placement of it, or if you're not, you can just move it, realign it. Okay, until you're completely satisfied and happy where the placement of your pumpkin is. And then we're going to take a pencil. All right. Make sure it's a pencil that is not too sharp, and we're going to trace a little line. So we'll take that, and you can remove the last of the stencils. Okay. All right. Okay, just like so. The last one's out. Finish drawing. Just like that, and that's what we're going to use to carve. Okay, we'll take the top out, put it towards the front. And you see the rough shape of the actual drawing. All right, the good thing about using a pencil, you can rub the actual pencil line out once you're done with the actual carving itself. Preferably, you can use any paring knife, but I highly recommend a tomato knife, which is a little serrated on the edge. It helps you actually with the cuts. But you could also use any paring knife whatsoever. The actual pumpkin is not too hard. Okay, and then we're going to start. And all we're doing is tracing around the line that we just did. Okay? Oops. All right. It's nice and simple. Now, if you have something that happened just like this, which is a little mistake, that obviously can't happen. All right, then we're gonna do this. All right, because we do the final touches like this. Okay. All right. And we're gonna take this and we're gonna fix it. And on situations like that, you know, you can get creative since it broke. Okay. Like that. There's always a solution. And this could be part of the actual design as well, where a pumpkin is actually biting on a pumpkin. So don't be afraid. Okay? I'm gonna clean the rest. This can go into your pile right over here, and then we can finish up the actual product at the end. Same thing, now for the eyes. Okay? Then you could actually clean your cuts, make it look pretty. or sinister, however you like. Again, it is Halloween. Right? And then we can start on the eyes. And now that we have all of our cuts done, we're gonna stand back because you always have to look at it from a little bit far away. Okay. All right. And then we're gonna do the final touches all the way from the front. Sort of working on this side so you could actually see what we're actually cutting. But you get the idea. Just like that, little by little. Then you work on all your angles and sides. Okay? Just like that. And the same thing down here. See how nice and pretty it's coming around? Okay. And so we have the little mistake right on the top. Now we're gonna get creative. See how it's coming out? And so once he knows the basics of how the actual pumpkin carving works, then you can get creative. You can do more sides and stuff like that. How you can actually come in and put some lights right inside. And right at night, that will look absolutely wonderful. You can actually change colors on the lights. That actual change, you can put them, you gotta find the angle. You could also do them sideways if you want, like that. But then again, this is just a very simple carving of a pumpkin, one-on-one. Try to do it as simple as possible your first time, just like this. But then again, you could always get creative. You want to clean everything from the inside out, and it's a great project that you could do with your kids. My daughter's actually waiting for me because we're going to do one at home as well. So this is an actual very, very, very simple way on how to, carve a pumpkin. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and hope to see you in the club soon. Thank you.